I just read a tweet from Jason Cohen, the founder of VP Engine, WordPress engine, about how not to overshadow people in meetings, and for especially founders. Because as a founder, you are in the decision-making role. It's the whole company is your baby. It's easy to be overpowering over other people. And immediately from reading the first sentence on the tweet, I was like, this is for me. I read it. It was really good stuff. His blog post and it's about few things that I wanted to talk about on the video. So a little bit background. In our online course business, we have me and then 5 other people, or actually now 6 other people, or who are like half or like full time hours, or at least like half, how do you say it, like studying and then on the side working for us. So in our weekly meetings, for example, there might be like at best 7 people present. I don't know, video call. And I'm the kind of person who likes to talk, has a lot of ideas, and also I strongly see how things should be. But luckily, I've been able to notice this thing, and gotten feedback from other people, which has been really helpful in learning to notice this. And I've been working on this, how to not overpower over other people. And first of all, why is it a problem in the first place? Well, if you're working with other people, there's probably a reason why you're working with those other people. So you want to make sure that you are getting the best out of the other people. Example, in your team, their best ideas, their best skills. You also want to make sure that they're having a good experience while they're working with you and for you, so they want to stick around. It might also be just really good for the numbers. Let's say if they would get a better job offer or something elsewhere, but they like working to you, they're more likely to say no to that offer somewhere else, even though it pays more, because they are happy where they are. Second thing is just getting better results overall, especially now when there's many parts in our business that I haven't been touching in a long time, like customer support, video editing, clicking our landing pages, our website. There's more and more parts of the business that I don't know anymore know what's actually going there. So the likelihood that I'm the person who knows exactly how things should be, or what would be the best way for things to be, is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. The more we have people working in our business, the more our business grows, and less I am connected to different things. So my role also needs to change from that perspective. Because I cannot anymore assume that I know how things should be. I might have opinions, I might think I know how things should be, but do I? So 3 things that have really helped me in giving more room to the team members, talking less, being less overpowering. And this is still something I'm working on, but I feel like I've made some progress. So number 1 is what I remind to myself all the time is shut the fuck up. When I notice and I catch myself having the urge to talk, open my mouth during the meeting, or I notice that, I just talked for a long time, I remind myself, shut the fuck up. Because I know when I'm, talking so much, or I'm jumping with my something idea or something I thought in middle of something, I'm like, yeah, this is exactly the thing that most likely is not how I want to behave. It's not taking things forward necessarily, or at least the timing is most likely wrong. So I just say to myself, shut the fuck up. And it's hard. It's really, really hard. But what makes it easier is that I have a pen and paper, and then I write down whatever my idea, my thought, the question was. So instead of having the urge to say it out loud, I can actually do something about it physically, manually write it down. Then I wait and see and let others talk. So a second thing is like, talk last. Let everyone else, give everyone else room to talk and take stage. Let the conversation meander. Observe where things go. Observe who notices what. How does the dynamic in the group, in the meeting work. And then at the end, when no one has anything to add more, or the subject starts to change to something else, you can chip in. But hey, by the way, here's my thoughts, here's my questions, here's what I'm thinking. And you will be surprised how often the other people actually end up saying or figuring out the things that you figured out. So sometimes it might be a thing where like there's some conversation about the topic, and I have immediately like a thought popping up. And I don't say it, I wait. It takes some time, but then the conversation goes to the point where someone says that thing. I would have known it earlier than other people. From example, previous experience, I immediately had like, okay, yeah, this is a thing that we need to take in account, like when we build a new product. But now, because I've waited, I gave room for the other people to figure it out and learn, and them to say it out loud. So now they feel that they got to express something. They feel it was maybe their idea or their solution to the thing, or they're contributing to the thing. So you might have had the thing, but you don't want to take credit of that. People feel good about it. They become more confident. They learn that they can take more space. They can take initiative. All good stuff. So, then you can be feeling good and proud, like, hey, yeah, our team can, figure these things out. I don't have to say these things. And if you feel, you can even at the end be like, hey, yeah, I've wrote like some notes while I was listening to you, and you covered exactly the things I had here, like this point A, this point B, point C. But there's one more thing that came to my mind. No one mentioned. It was about how do we take into account the customer support side, this aspect. So actively shut the fuck up. Just use old school pen and paper to write things down, to put the energy into writing instead of shouting it out. Talk last, give room for other people, and then third is ask more questions. It's so easy to go into this, like, you start speaking and then you speak like 3 minutes, like just like in a monologue, or you throw things as statements. This is how it should be, or like, or your energy and your intention, everything how you speak about certain thing is like coming in really like strong way. And especially if you're a founder, if you're a leader, and if people also feel that you are more skillful around certain topics, then you end up shutting down the people. They don't feel like voicing their own ideas or things anymore because Joel said this thing, so that's how the thing is. So you just shut the people down with your own excitement. But if you ask more questions, you actually leave room and you invite them to bring up things. By question, you can probe people's attention to certain things. And if you notice that something is not taken into account, it could be like, maybe at some point of the conversation, you ask like, but how does this affect our customer service? Now, you are not saying that, hey, by the way, we have to also do this thing on the customer service side, or things like this on our product. Otherwise, we will have more messages coming to our customer service. You asked a question to move or influence where the attention is, so then people can figure out like, oh yeah, by the way, that's a good point, like, you know, there's this aspect to it that we have to do. So now people feel again that they figured it out, it was their initiative, they got to express things, but you just like gave the gentlest tap, gentle guidance. So in meetings nowadays, I try to more see myself as the observer. It's also good because then when I'm actively more listening and observing and less taking a part in the thing, I can see how things are working, and I start to understand better, like, how does this team and our company work without me, so I can better understand like what to do next, so we can improve how our whole organization works without me, without it being dependent on me. Because if the team is dependent on your input, then like, will anything good happen if you are not active there? So you need to give them space to grow. So the role is more observer. The role is more about kind of being there as a backup. Like, okay, if there's anything that my team misses, they don't realize to take into account, I'm there to add that thing. Like, I'm not the person speaking, but I'll add something if something's missing. I'm not the one here deciding what we will actually be doing, but I make sure that the main decision framework or the company vision or the decisions are the main things are in place. So for example, there could be a decision that the team will be making, which is like on what video or content production team needs to be working next. And there might be few different options, you know, new ad videos, new product, new video sales letter, other type of content. And there might be, should we do that product video, should we upgrade that older product? And then there's multiple good options. There might be some things where it's like we will end up creating that new product at some point, and we are ending up to updating the older product, and we will end up like upgrading this video sales letter. Doesn't matter which the team picks up now, because all those things will be done in the next 6 months. As long as they don't start to work on some new shiny project, which is totally like not connected to our main things. So just they are seeing like everything goes to the right direction. How things go is less important, especially the smaller details, as long as the main things are there. So moving to the observer, being there as a backup, and being the person guiding, making sure that like there's nothing done that could break things, making sure that the main good decisions are done and the framework is there. Yeah. Hopefully this video was helpful for you, and we will see you in the next video. Bye bye.